Why is it not added? Warwick's it good? Oh, there you go. There you go. Yeah, the at everyone isn't working. I don't understand. I mean, I could always use a different bot that ats everyone. What's that? Yo, hello. Oh, hello. I'm a bit confused because the ads that Botrix doesn't actually notify anybody. Like I have to write my own at for it to be yellow and send out notifications to people. Botrix ats everyone. At least it has the word at everyone. Unless I spelled it wrong. No. But I mean, maybe did you get notifications? Like, did you get 3 notifications in the announcement channel, or just the one I wrote? I mean, I could have another bot that does just that, everyone, because the Botrix one isn't working. But I'd just prefer to have one bot that just works. Not sure. So much for lazy artist. I'm tired artist today. Oh, wrong folder. Oh, there. I was going to say, I hope the level's not gone. That is not loaded. There you go. Oh, itch. Whoa, look at this blocking me out. I want to know why Botrix isn't atting, but I can't really find any information anywhere. Like the only thing I can really find is make sure the bot has permission to at everyone, and it does. So I'm a little confused to why it's not atting everyone. It's going good. Nice, nice. Damn, your name is so blue. Like, can I show you my stream without sharing any information? Oh, you can see it on the screen what I'm talking about. Look how blue that is. That is a deep blue. Yeah, you literally have to chat on the screen. That's the whole point. And then I can hide it. Heyo, hello. I'm trying to learn something about Botrix and streaming because it ats everyone, but it doesn't actually at everyone. Like if you go into the announcement channel, only my at was yellow and atted everybody. These ats didn't actually give anyone a notification, so I'm a little confused to why. And the bot has, or at least the bot has a role that gives it permission to at everybody. So I don't understand why it's not. You can't give specific people permissions. It is per role, right? I'm pretty sure. Because everyone gets a role that's basically the everyone, and you can give them separate roles after that gives them extra permissions. Doesn't sound like a big deal, but I wanted it to all be automated, so I didn't have to worry about any of this. And didn't have to at anyone. Like I just click stream and I'm good to go, you know what I mean? But it's a small thing to make sure I at everyone. It's not actually that big of a deal. But I would have liked for it to be automated and I didn't have to also do that. Access to all channels. Botrix. Mention at everyone is ticked. Is it because the channel itself, I am only supposed to have permission? So it's like counteracting it. Edit channel. Permissions. No, Botrix is added to the list of permissions. Oh, but it's got a separate... Does it have a separate list of what's allowed to do? Mention everyone. There you go. Save. Maybe that'll work now. I'm going to stop and start Kick, I guess. Wait, Kick is the only one that I don't think I have an at on, do I? Because no one really watched me on Kick yet. Yeah, so Kick doesn't have an at yet. So let's add an at to Kick. Integration. Again, I know this sounds really small, but it would just be really convenient if I don't have to worry about any of this. All right, so let's stop and start Kick. So let's come into here and go stop Kick, start Kick, offline. Offline. Online. I don't know if I did it too quick, so I don't know if it's actually going to show a notification that I've restreamed or start streaming again on Kick. But it did take like a minute last time. Come on. Come on. That works, right? Wait. Yeah, that works. Okay, so it's because I didn't set that as the permission, right? So we don't need to have 3 ats from it. Because I don't need to send you guys 3 notifications when I go live. I just need it on one of them. So we'll have it on the YouTube, I guess, because I think YouTube's the one that pops up first. So take it away from that. Save. Go to Twitch. Let's play some music. Sorry about that. Integration, Twitch, take away the at. Integration, make sure it's gone. Same with Kick. And YouTube should still have the at. Cool. So now it should at everyone. It should send 1 at to everyone when I start streaming. Very, very cool. I'm not going to be streaming very long at all. I am exhausted. I didn't sleep very well. I still have the documents open. I basically just made some, so it's only this space here, and it's like got the pattern view on. I just made a couple of textures that I was basically, I didn't end up using these. These were from online, but I ended up just making my own in engine using a noise map. Yeah, like the brick texture. I just drew this and then I tiled it, and I kept it white so I could color it in engine. That one. I think I want to do another one of these. It's just a single line. Oh, and that one for the canopy or the what was it called? An awning. This has 2 textures on it. It's got one that does the lines for me, and then it's got a tiling texture of these. So that way you get quite a high resolution on the actual. Look, you can see that this is only like a 256 or 512. This is very high. whereas these are tiled. So this is 256 just in this square here. Even though it's stretched downwards, it's still 256 here. And then it's just tiled across, what, 10 times? The lighting and stuff came out pretty well. One thing I want to see if I can find out how to do is... So, it looks close to what we're going for. But if we look at the original concept, which is obviously what we're trying to simulate. Simulate. What's the word that people say that... Simultaneously. Have you heard that one? Instead of saying... I say... Wait. I say simultaneous. Simultaneous? Yeah, I say simultaneous. No, I say Oh, I'm not sure now. Oh, no. Simultaneously. I say simultaneously, and I hear a lot of people say simultaneously. Both are correct. I don't know if it's like... concurrently. Is that spelled... Is that pronounced differently as well? What did I just say? Oh my god. What was I just saying? I said I'm very tired. Hey, Jake Jan Cook, how's it going? Simultaneously, that's the word. Or simultaneous and simultaneous. Pronounce. Your scene looks sick. Thank you very much. Oh, on Kick. Hey, man. Thank you very much. It's coming along pretty well. I did most of the texturing off stream before it basically... I ended my last stream and it basically looked like this at the end of the last stream. And then off stream, I just did some texturing. We were doing the texturing already, but I hadn't applied any of it. Oh, wait, what? My VR's still set up. I was like, why is Substance Painter not... Oh, wait, exiting VR's lagged everything. Am I good? I hope I'm good. Can you move the camera around? Yeah, it's all 3D. Whoa, apparently very fast. Jesus. I've got it set to what the scene's supposed to be, like 40, but a normal video game would be at like a 90. Well, depending on what you like. You're good. Thank you. That reminds me of the... Have you ever watched... Has anyone here ever watched Analyze This, Analyze That? What software are you in? This is Unreal Engine. That's how... Oh, sorry, I make everything. I just assume Blender. No, Unreal. Ah, it's your leg. Just half a second in the past. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is 5. Yeah. Whoa. You see those lines being made all of a sudden? What was that? Whoa. The outline shader is more buggy in Unreal Engine 5 than it is 4 for some reason. But yeah, if I keep it at 40, I'll have a more similar... We're basically replicating an existing art, which is... So someone else's concept, shall I say, which is this. So I think I'm doing a pretty good job. There's still some changes I want to do. I want to do a tiling texture here. That's going to give you sort of these bits. So I'll basically just do like a little bit. Either I just do it with noise, because if you look like here, you've got like this other tone. You can see like an orange and sort of desaturated, more yellow color. I did that using a noise. It doesn't perfectly match, but it does the same sort of thing. It's looking like you've got different color there. I did a lot of different things actually. So with the with this, I just use a noise map, because it's basically what it looks like. It's just little dots everywhere. You've got some extra lines here that maybe I'll draw in. What I could do is I could just get a single line as a decal and start placing it in places. How much of the texture is procedural? So it's a bit of a mix on different things. All of the concrete. So this is a trim or alpha or trim or tiling texture, depending on how you want to look at it. This is a tiling texture. Like if we open it up, all this is the only texture actually in the concrete floor is this. Nope, that's the trim. Hold on a minute, that's the wrong bit. Concrete floor is that one. Is this? Oh, actually, there's two. There's two that separate. So I've got this one, and what this one does is allow me to color this square a slightly different color, so it helps break it up. So that's just a black and white mask, and this one. Then I'm just coloring it using lerps. So I'm basically just saying multiply it by color. I'm then using some noise down here. It's probably a little overcomplicated, but basically what that's doing is that's giving me these dots. And I'm basically using this one. If I look at it here. This is generating like a lot of dots, and then these ones are basically subtracting or taking, like lerping to take away some of those locations. So if I go start preview, you'll see a little bit get taken away, just to help it feel a bit more procedural, like not procedural. Because if you look at the original, you'll get some areas that has a decent amount of dots and some areas that are lacking. So I did that to basically simulate that effect, where basically we get some areas that get it, and then as you go, you'll get like some more blank areas, like around here, just to help break it up and not make it look like it's repeating, right? This color here definitely needs to be this color here. Oh, what is going on here? Hold on a minute. Oh, I didn't unwrap this. Okay, let's fix that. I made the scene in Blender, to clarify, you saying earlier about you thought it was Blender. I must have made that afterwards, because yeah, that's clearly not unwrapped. Yeah, that's a bit iffy. So how is this looking right now in the unwrap? I like that. Oh, so I basically just need to unwrap. Let's select this, do this, select you, select you. Technically, I should make this black down here, but I don't think you'll notice. Do you notice from the camera angle in Unreal? Like, it looks a bit funky, but you're up here. You're not going to notice, so it doesn't really matter. There's a couple of things like that, right? If we actually look under here, I'll show you guys the behind the scenes. If you look under here, look, this doesn't tile correctly, but here does. Well, it's a slight bit off. You can actually just see it. Look, it's a slight bit off because it's a sharp corner, but it's close enough that when you're at the distance for viewing, for where I want to view it from, you're not going to notice it. Like you're modeling it in Blender and are just building the scene in Unreal. Kind of. Sometimes I do that with the scene. In this example, I exported the entire mesh from Blender and just threw it in, and it basically places everything where it was in Blender. So I didn't have to place them manually in Unreal. They just sort of come in. They came in as separate meshes, but if I were to select all of them, for example, we'll just bring it over here. If I select a handful of them, look, they all come in together, even though they're separate meshes, but they're all perfectly placed in the right spot. Well, from what I had in Blender. But if I need to, I can move them now. They have a weird origin point, because again, they came from Blender and they're placing in the places they need to be. But I can move them if I need to. So if I want to go, oh, you know, this lamp is a little bit in the wrong place, I can change that. Or if I want to rotate it. And if you do want to move it, you can actually move your cursor anyway. So if I move that to like this point here, right click, and then we go. There is a way to do it, and just give me 1 second. Where is it? Is it pivot? Set pivot? There you go. So now when you click back on it, that's actually in that spot you just placed. So now we have it in a nice spot. Even though that asset, if I were to bring it back in, has it in a weird spot, the one I have actually placed in has it in a nice spot. I mean, you're not in Blender, but you're doing lighting, shading, texturing, animation, Unreal. Yes. Correct. I make everything in Unreal. I'm a games artist. So to me, I don't see the point of making it in Blender if I want to be a games artist, right? Like, I want to be able to demonstrate that I can make it in the games engine. So for me, I've always rendered my assets in either a games engine, sometimes Marmoset, until I got better at using Unreal for single asset rendering. But if you go to like my art station, you can go, it's in the description if you want to actually have a look at my stuff. But if we just have a quick gander, all of this, all in. Oh, this is Unity actually, but still a games engine. Just a very small scene in that one. Oh my god. You get the idea. That doesn't start off with very good pictures. Audio animation in this one too. You get like a train coming in the back. My internet is running slow. Hopefully the stream isn't suffering. Let me check what's going on. Network. Oh, Steam. Wait, Steam's downloading something. What's it downloading? Pause. I paused you earlier. What are you doing? That's better. Yeah, we got like different. Every environment I've made has always been in the Unreal Engines. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to cater my art station to. Or my portfolio too. I know people that build their things in cinema and bring them into Blender to render. Oh, okay. I mean, whatever works at the end of the day. I used to render in Blender once upon a time, but that was a very long time ago. It's been 84 years. What did I want to fix? Oh, right, over here. I need to fix this little bit. So we're not going to perfectly replicate just for the reason of I'm too lazy. No, for the reason of there'll be bits. Oh God, there'll be bits that because I'm using sort of procedural textures, it won't perfectly match where they are in the scene. But as long as I get the idea, I feel like as long as I get the idea of what the artist was trying to do, like with these like little sort of black dots in places. I got them here actually. Oh yeah, I could do it on here as well, because it gives it that sketch look. I don't know if that's why he did that, but yeah, it helps give it a sketch look. As long as I can show, and like the two tones on the brick walls, my wall, it doesn't match up perfectly, but I still have those two tones to help show. One thing I'm having a problem here is getting a good, because it's supposed to be a darker tone here, then a darker tone here. I made it so it's darker tone here and darker tone here, but my squares are 2x2. If I wanted to do that, it should have been 3x3. So 3x3 here, or well, I guess back here. And then I would have colored that one and then tiled it. But I didn't really pay attention to the color. I also want to do a brush effect across the surface to give you like this look as well. But that will come in time. That will come in time. We don't need to worry about that right now. That's all the nice to haves at the end. Whenever you create a project, especially for games, because you know what, I was thinking about this yesterday, right? We're going on a rant already. So I was thinking about this yesterday. It's really interesting how few people who aren't artists, because most artists understand this, it's usually people who aren't artists, which is fine. People who don't do something are obviously not going to know as much about it. And something I find really interesting is the amount people don't realize you have to do as especially a games artist. So, for example, I know how to use 5 different modeling packages. I know how to use Blender, Maya, 3ds. I counted one extra. Blender, Maya, 3ds Max, Mudbox, and ZBrush. Now they're sculpting ones, so you can. Oh, and Google SketchUp. I haven't used it in a long time, but I could probably still use that, right? So that's 6. I know how to use Substance Painter, Mixer, Substance Designer, Substance. It's not Alchemist. It's Substance Sampler. So that's what, 6 plus another 4. Photoshop, Illustrator, Unity, Unreal. I'm 29. Unity, Unreal. What some other softwares I know how to use? But basically, and then in those softwares, in Unity and Unreal, I know how to set up lighting, make particle effects, set up shaders, set up basic materials, set up the actual environment, properly import your assets, and do the cinematography. I do know how to use all. I do know how to use all those fluently. Yes, but my point is, right, is like I get comments asking me to just go learn something else, or acting like I don't have to learn a lot for what I do, and I'm like, man, I don't have enough capacity left in my brain to learn more software. It's getting full. Like, I actually proved that recently with my. Oh, I see. Recently, it was probably like a year ago now. But I hadn't used Maya for a couple of years, and it was Moderate who asked me when he asked me to make something in Maya. Wait, we died? Well, it's still up for me. Well, it's still up for me. Oh, Jesus. Live here. I mean, you just heard me on YouTube. Back the stream stopped for me. Had to... Oh. Oh, I don't know why I'm typing that. Yeah. So Moderate asked me to make something in Maya because I said, yeah, I can still fluently jump between both softwares without skipping a beat, really, even though they're different controls. So I did. I jumped back into. So I jumped into Maya and I instantly made a mesh. It wasn't a complex mesh, but it was enough to just demonstrate that I can use the software still fluently as much as I can Blender. 3ds Max is a recent one I've learned in my spare time, but it has been a couple months since I've used that. Unity I learned quite recently, but I really dedicated like about 10 to 15 hours just figuring out everything in that, because it's similar to a lot of the generic stuff you need to set up is still similar to Unreal. Same with like 3ds Max, Maya, and Blender. And some people really heavily disagree with this, but the fundamentals are still the same. In all these pieces of software, when it comes to 3D modeling, you're still extruding, inserting edge loops. I worked a job recently, but I was made redundant. I worked there for almost 3 years. I am not working freelance at the moment. I'm actually applying for work right now. I've been out of work for about 5 months now, but I did go to Japan for a month. So, you know, there was time, and I didn't look. Well, I've been looking for work the entire time, but oh, I lost train of thought. But yeah, fun. Oh yeah, 3D modeling software. So some people were like, no, they're not the same at all. They're the same fundamentally. When it comes to like actually modeling and the actual techniques you implement, they tend to be the same if you're not using stuff like modifiers. You can probably say they're the same between Blender and 3ds Max depending on the modifiers you're using. I mean, all of them have some sort of subdivision surface, and all of them usually have some sort of mirroring, even when they don't have a modifier shelf. But then obviously Blender and 3ds Max go above and beyond and have more. But if you're talking about basic modeling techniques, extruding, inserting edge loops, beveling, or chamfer, I don't really know how to pronounce that word. I never use it because it's called beveling in other software, in Maya and in 3ds Max, but I know it's called chamfer or camfer, CHAMFER, in 3ds Max. All of that sort of all of those fundamentals stay the same. You just need to know the shortcuts, or you need to know where to find those commands. Oh, you can see my steering wheel up here in the back. Whoa. So yeah, it's like, if you know how to, it was the same with Unity. When I was jumping into Unity, they have a shader set up, and it's very similar to Unreal's. Yes, some of the names are a bit different, but as long as you know what the different names are, you can kind of make the same materials you were making in Unreal Engine, at least the sort of basic to mid-tier ones. Anyways, I'll stop ranting. So we need to re-export that, because I just fixed that. Oh. Desktop. Files. Wait, no. Shop, scene, entire mesh. I'm glad they came in separately. That wasn't the intent originally, but then I was like, oh. Because look, because I've exported the whole thing, you can just re-import certain parts of the mesh now to fix just those parts. So I don't have to re-import everything. And boom, fixed. Simple as that. Weirdly enough, this part here must be stretched drastically different. Yeah, I just realized that. Because these are really long. Which means in Blender, I've not very well anyway made those stretch along this end. Oh yeah, is it this part? No, just this part. So this part needs to be longer. Now it's a tiling texture, so I'm not too concerned about it matching perfectly. I didn't even notice till just now. It wasn't fully matching the scale it should be. So the fact that I only just noticed now means it's not that big of an issue, but I'd like to fix it now that I've noticed it. Is that kind of what it looks like? It's like, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I mean, we were almost spot on. I feel like it's being a bit silly to actually fix this now, because it's actually... Oh, wait. I didn't scale something else, did I? No, I didn't. It was just that one. For some reason, it just said something there. There you go. I could have actually used trim sheets for this instead of doing tiling textures, because what I could have done... Because it's very simple mesh, very simple textures I'm making. Like, we're not doing anything fancy here. But what I could have done... Let's re-import this to fix it. There you go. Oh, right. Well, that perfectly, like, matches there. I thought, like... I thought that was, like, going over. Is that too tight now? No, now I'm... Between each one is, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's kind of meant to match up, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's a little bit long. See, this is the part where you are a little bit too much of a perfectionist and you start changing things that don't necessarily need to be changed. But you notice them, and because you notice them, you want to change them. Let's do something like this. That's better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but that's technically supposed to align with that. That's good. Something I actually did off stream as well was I extruded this up slightly here, and it doesn't look like that's doing anything that matters, but the reason I did that is because I wanted that black line to generate automatically. Because when it was flat, I didn't have a black line there, and I didn't want to draw that in. So making that slightly extrude means I didn't have to worry about that. Let's actually get some texturing done. We're only going to stream till, I want to say, 10, 11. I really wanted to play some Pavlov VR today, but I'm not going to because I'm too tired. I, again, only had like 2 to 3 hours sleep. Oh, the tree's going to be fun. I should probably do the tree on stream because it's going to be interesting and not say, oh, we'll just do it off stream. So start from here and start working our way down. So, oh yeah, the arms are fine. They are literally only one type of color, I think, in the original reference. We could probably make that part black if we really wanted to, but there's no demand for that. It would help to break up some of the colors, so I might just basically take this and just make this we're not going to make it black, we're just going to make it like darker. And we're just going to paint some bits to just help break up some of that shade, some of the single color, just to give it something. We could even make that one darker like that. There you go. Right. File, export. A lot of these don't even need to be 1K, but what you can do is in the engine, you could just reduce them to a low resolution. So I might do that. I might go to all my textures when I'm done and start just reducing all of them down. And we can see how low we can get it and see how well performant. Because what? The scene's only 9,000 polygons, which is not a lot. I'm talking to this person right now, one of my old friends who's working on mobile games. And something he keeps telling me over and over again is you do not need to worry about poly count even in mobile games. Very much anyway. You obviously can't go too overkill. But when it comes to what you need to usually worry about is like your texture resolutions, your shader density, your draw calls and stuff like that. But he says... He literally mentioned to me yesterday, he was like, even in mobile games, you can get away with a lot more polygons than people seem to think you can. So if you feel like you need to add more polys instead of adding a higher resolution texture, it's probably better to just get the extra little polys in there. Obviously, it depends. If you're going to say, oh, I'm going to put a 500,000 polygon scene or one mesh in, oh, I'm going to make my character 500,000 polygons. That's probably overkill, you know. But yeah, word of advice from my friend in the industry. If you're making mobile games, I guess it depends. Like, if you're starting off as a 3D modeler, like you've not done it before, you might be a bit too heavy-handed on your poly count. And then if I told you, oh, you know, you ain't got to worry about them too much, you might be a way too overkill. But if you're someone like me who knows about 3D modeling, saying you can be a bit more heavy-handed with polygons means I can not worry as much as I probably would. Like a 10,000 polygon scene is probably completely fine for mobile. Like polygons in environment. Yeah, 1,500 polygons per mesh. Will still give you good results. That's up to 1,500 admittedly, but you have a lot of meshes in an environment at a time. Well, depending on your game, but yeah. With nanites, though, people aren't worrying at all, really, actually, in the engine. So we want to... I changed... Oh, make sure it's selected from cache. Is that the one I want? I changed the way that it exports my textures, and now it exports them perfectly the way I want them. I should have done that ages ago, years ago, but I was just being too lazy. Warning up. Yeah. So look, they now come in as T underscore, the name of it, because I've already got them named here, underscore, and then the name of what the texture is. So that one's BC. I don't actually need normals for any of our stuff in this project. We probably don't actually need the Orma map, but I'm putting it in just because it's got occlusion on it. I don't know how important that occlusion is actually adding to our scene, but I'm still putting it in just in case it is doing something useful. And I'm too far gone now to just say no. That's the arms. Let's export that in. This music is like really sad sounding. It's actually a bit too loud, to be honest. Well, now I think it's a bit too quiet. Well, maybe too quiet for me, but it might be too loud for you guys because it seems to balance it out really weird. Oh, wrong folder. I'm also not doing a master material just because I can't bother. I'm basically grabbing our texture. I'm literally doing this. I'm grabbing the texture, dragging it on there. Oh, it usually appears next to it, but it's not. Very useful. And jumping into it. I'm then throwing in... I usually use multiple monitors when I'm doing this off stream, so a bit more awkward. Then throwing that bit in there. Going occlusion, going roughness, doing a 1-, and popping that into specular and clicking apply. And boom. That's basically how I'm doing all the color. Very simple. A lot of it, there's a few bits that's literally just solid color. Like this concrete isn't using a texture. The floor is using that texture I showed earlier. This top part's not using a texture. This part's technically not using a texture, but what I kind of want to do is what I said a second ago too, which let's open back up the reference. So there's clearly some dots on here, but they're very few and far between. There's no dots here though. Oh, whoops. Hey. I also want this here, which I'm not sure how I'm going to do yet. I could just say screw it and grab the way I did it for the brick, not the concrete. Which is just this. So this, and then this. And we could come into... Which one is it? That one. Then we can come into here. And what, is it just a lighter color? And then basically just use that to give our lighter color. And then we can change the values very slightly, like that. Go... hold on a minute. I should multiply it after. My brain's confused right now. That's what happens when I get tired. I'll just multiply it before because right now that makes sense. Make it all make sense. That should. Oh, right. Oh, wait. Oh, there you go. So if we click apply to that, let's see what that looks like. You don't usually get the best representation in your preview. Okay, yeah, so that's not what we want at all. So we could change the scale on this to... I'm trying to think of a good value. I probably want to reduce this first. Increase this. Nope. Decrease this. That's closer. We need it to be way more subtle than what we got it. So let me copy that again. And just very, very slightly make it lighter. Wait, hold on a minute. That part looks darker now. Did I select the right one? I did not. That needs to go. See, I'm confusing myself now. There. There you go. I want to have less levels on it. Maybe like a 7. And it is so fun and equally depressing. Oh no. What's the depressing part? Hit me up. Tell me about that hardcore depression Blender's giving ya. Yeah, if I turning that value up gives it more room on it. So we still want that to be like a 0.6 probably. It's kind of working the way I want. Let me try a different type of map. Oh, that's probably closer to what I want. It works. It's not having that scratchy painted effect, but it works. Like it's basically doing what I want it to do. I might even do a 6.5 on here, and that should spread this a bit more. There you go. Turn the levels down to 5, maybe. I'll just turn it down to like a 2. Okay, yeah. I figured maybe it should be like a 7 because it has more detail. See that? Cool. So we've got some varying detail there. Again, I want it to be like more subtle. It's this one, right? Oh wait, is it this one? Which one's the lighter one? 1.35. For that. So if I come into here and go 4.5, be even more subtle. Not search, apply. Oh, okay, that's too subtle. 5.25. Oh my god, my eye. Yeah, that's fine. And like I said, it's also got like the black dots on it, but they're they're a lot more rare. And on the left side, they don't even appear at all. They appear in the brick at all? Not really. How did I? What? I didn't let go of the left click. I went to grab and move to the other monitor, and somehow it let go of left click without me letting go, and then grabbed me and moved me. It was weird. So I might apply up here. Do this, and then set this down to a very, very low value. Oh, I say that, I didn't even see it. Oh, there you go. Yeah, so it's added some dots, but they are very rare. What if I get to the default value? Okay. So they are a little less rare now. I think what I want to do is do this. Then this. Oh, I got a black dot on my screen, like some dirt. I thought that was literally it. I'm so dumb. I can't remember if taking the scale down. Hold on a minute. I'm on another monitor doing this. Bear with me. If I turn it to a value of 1, it makes it smaller. So I want to make that value smaller, not larger. Okay, so like this. Okay, now they're not even there. Very good. Okay. Probably about that amount. Again, they're not very prominent there. Just like a couple. Maybe a tiny bit more than that. Yeah, like that. So that way we've got some you can see going along. There you go. Now there's some variation in that. Cool. Itch. Okay. So bin we almost did. We just literally need to... I think I want to... So there's a couple of bits, actually. I need to make a ring around here. A ring around here. And then maybe some black dots on it that I'm going to draw. And then I need, like, some leaking stuff coming out of it. And then I kind of want to make... I know, because that part's clearly that color. I was going to make this part also that color, but no. So... if I do a paint on here... Well, actually, I don't even need to paint here. I just need to, yeah, paint where I want. Put it on top. There you go. And then what we can do... My pen is working now. That's why I was able to do so much work off stream. I want to... make it a bit bigger than that. Put one. Oh, right. That's why. Make it hard-edged. Cool. And then we just want to... this. Bugger. You know, bugger is probably the closest swear word I actually say. And you know what? It probably is a swear word. It probably is not the closest swear word I say. It is the swear word I say. I'm just going to do some scratchy detailing here. Because again, it is a drawing. We want it to look like a drawing. I'll do just some bits like this. 1, 2... and then it looks like that part's doing something like this. And it's got some like bits around the edging and a little bit here. Something like that. That actually looks a bit bigger than that. So we're going to scratch a bit more away there. Cool. Sweet. Is the bin supposed to be bent? Yes. You think that was unintentional? Like the big... woo. So here we will do this, and I will go one there. Thicker, definitely thicker. One there, and then it's just got like some dots on it that we don't really need to care about. We can just throw some in randomly, like that, and then hopefully the 2D. Will make it easy to draw a line across the thing. Hopefully I could just do something like this and get a somewhat line. What? Apparently not. Why is this so wobbly? Is it because I'm not on UV? No, that is terrible. I mean, I'm not keeping it straight in general, but it's like doing a warpy effect. Is it just not unwrapped very well? Okay, where's... I had a glove out. 2 or more and I'll have to ban. Right, so let's keep this. Make sure my hand's nice and thingy. And go relatively straight. Yeah, look, that's going like that. And look at the result we're getting here. That's very annoying. Very, very annoying. There's clearly... oh, yes. Oh, of course. Yeah, it gets to here, then it's like warping like this, likely. So how can I mimic what it's doing? So it's going up like that, right? So if we warp... it's not warping in the other direction, is it? No, yeah. I mean, if I do one end to the other... there'll be a thicker line than that. That's too thick. We will do 0.02. And then what I can do is I can just fix it here. And then we can rub out the place we don't need. Turn this off. Oh wait, I rubbed out the wrong one. I need the bent one. fine. Then there's like another one at the bottom over here, just above these. So it's about, yeah, hopefully that doesn't warp. Yeah, because it's on the lower end. Sweet. Cool. Almost there. Now we need a one on top, which, I'll make sure the roughness 1 is going to be this color with a little less orange to it. So a little bit desaturated in the orange because it already is orange, and a little bit lighter? Lighter. No, darker. Cool. What we're going to do, I think it's darker I need to be, is we're going to paint some bits spewing out. That's way too big. So it's coming from here. So what we can do is like, oh look, we're over here. What we can do afterwards, we can just deselect it like that afterwards. So we don't need to worry about painting over other bits because we can get rid of that easily. So it comes down here like this. A bit thinner than that actually. It's just the one actually. And any luck catching those killers then? It's just the one actually. This one comes down bigger over here. It does more of a sharpity sharp. Not that quite sharp though, it's a little bit more rounded. Like this. I'm doing it on an angle, it should really be more down. More down. There you go. Cool. Then last bit we need to do is we need to do a copy. We need to make that one black. Oh, it's running fast today. Oh, maybe my PC was just slow last night. Oh no, I've not turned it off. Have I? I think my PC's been on the whole time. We do a blur. We do a levels. I've just noticed, is that a missing bit in the middle? It is. Shouldn't matter if I paint over top of it there, actually. And then we need to just sharpen it here. And then we can increase our blur to increase how thick that line is. We basically want it to match sort of the thickness of that. And there you go. We've got our very basic bin. What the original looks like is that. Now we can go File, Export. Make sure we've been selected and click Export. I should be disabling the normals coming out, but to be fair, the normal map is helping me instantly see. Like, let me undo what I just deleted. It's helping me instantly see where my two parts are, so I just delete that and I know I'm grabbing and throwing those to him. This is my biggest problem with organizing texture files, though, is every texture usually has three or more. Every asset usually has 3 or more textures. That's if you've not combined your ORM map. So you just end up having a folder. So unless you organize it to each mesh, you end up having a folder just filled. And people say the reason it's still organized is if you go to search in that folder, like let's say I've got door, right? If I write the word door, it will show me door underscore SM for static mesh, door underscore BC for base color, like T underscores and stuff like that, so you can organize it that way. And that's how Unreal Engine organizes it. And I still don't know if that's how I want to organize my files. I don't know if I want to just put everything in its own folder. Just say, okay, this is a chair. We make a folder called chair, we throw the blender folder in there, we throw the textures of that chair in there, and we throw the materials and the substance folders and everything else in there with it. So now if I want to go get that chair, all the folders associated with that chair are all in one folder. Whereas the other way to organize is what I just said, where basically you don't do that. You store all of your models in one model folder, and the way that you organize stuff is that when you type, you know, T underscore, you get all your textures, but if you write door, you get everything related to that door in that folder, in that file structure. But I don't know, I don't think I like it quite that way, even though it's kind of the opposite to how Unreal does it, like the way I want to do it. I'm really struggling with how I want to two folders. Or if you're Steve, all files go in the desktop. Hey man, you just fill your desktop up and then you create a folder. That's the date. So if I needed to empty my desktop now, it'd be called 07022024. Throw everything in there and then you throw that on another drive. But I do want to show an example though, because the amount of people, the only people I know who are super organized are the people who usually have significantly less folders than I do. Already we have this many textures with very specific names. BC for base color, for occlusion, roughness, metallic. I already have, for this small scene, 35 texture files. If I was to decide that I wanted all my stuff separate models, instead of one combined one, how many static meshes are in the scene? That's an extra 43 files. You got the Blender file. If I substance painted each of those separately, that'll be an extra 43 files. So I have so many files. It's only this project and the last one I've combined things into one project, one substance painter. So it's really hard to organize it because it's really hard to decide whether the best way to organize it is. And I don't want to stick to one way and then realizing it wasn't a good way, and then because sometimes I forget the names of things, or I've accidentally named them slightly wrong in the texture, like I put an extra full stop in there, or I put an extra letter. So when I go to search that, it doesn't come up, but the mesh comes up. So there's so many awkward situations because I've got so many files that I generate when I do a project. What was that called? That was the bin. Yeah, I feel like the reason, like me being unorganized, I feel like there's a very good justification for it, and it's what I just explained. Slightly desaturate it. I kind of want to thin those out. I feel like I did those a little too thick. It does mean I'm going to have to redo this one, but I guess I wasn't thinking about the actual the thickness you're going to get from the black seam around the edge, or the black stroke around the edge if you're using like Photoshop. Be accurate now. Cool scene, thank you. Most of my stuff is usually on a project. They're usually in a folder just called, like, for example, this one's just in a folder called Store, and it's all usually stored in there. Thanks, Fox Creative Gaming. I hope you didn't instantly leave as you said that, so you could actually hear me say thank you. perfectly well. Let's go to our next one. We got book holders. They're fine. Books, they're fine. Brick wall is fine. Cardboard box is not done. We just need a very slight bit of extra detailing on here. Then we need to two-side it when we're done. This, I could just use... I could do a couple of things. I think I am just going to paint this one. Whoa, I keep hitting my sensitivity by accident. So we want to grab whatever this color is, and then we need to make it much brighter and lighter. And then it just looks like that's basically like scratchy painty bits. Scratchy painty bits. So it just looks like it's going like this. Thinner. 0.075. Like that. And then it's got like bits coming up here. And it's got like a little bit coming across here. A little bit there. And that part looks like it's sharp like that. Cool. Same here. Looks like it's getting like these sharp bits off. We're gonna make this all go away. We turn all this off, and then we're gonna make it blend in with it more, so it's a lot more subtle. It needs to be darker, I'd say. A bit less saturated like that. That's good. And then we need one more bit. I don't know what this is supposed to be down here, but it basically looks white. It's like a grey, and it's just like a shape like this. I like to follow concepts to a T. It does look like it's got a slight blur on the edge. So what we'll do is we'll turn down our hardness and we'll turn up our size. We'll just do a blend on that edge. There you go. I want to slightly do this as well, but I need to grab the color, which is this, turn off all of this, put it in this direction, and make it a little bit more pink. Oh, a little bit more pink. There you go. Perfect. Probably only needs to be 512 by 512. I am actually going to actively make this one smaller because I need a couple bucks. It'd probably be 256, to be honest. That. It's amazing how some of these really need a desaturation, even though some parts I put in look perfectly fine. Like 0.3, I've got that really colourful. A little bit less red. It needs to slightly... Which one's Control Z? Is that one? Yeah. It needs to slightly go up on here. So if we go like on the hue shift. So we need it to hue shift at maybe... 6? Yeah. Maybe there. Yeah, this is getting really anal about it. Like, you don't need to... I want it to replicate as well as I can. So I want to get those colors just right. Now it's 2D saturated, which I can control that. I changed that engine. There you go. Weirdly enough, it's fully in shadow here, right? So maybe I'm supposed to be moving our directional light a little bit. Because it looks too bright. And of course it looks too bright. Because it needs to be fully immersed in shadow. But my only issue with fully emerging in shadow is we now don't have this receiving light at the front. Even though I feel like I perfectly matched the environment, we have this not receiving light. What I think I will do is I'll move this over here. I'll slightly rotate this towards the light. And then we'll get our light. Wherever it's gone. Hello? Light? There he is. There he is. And then we need to... We could have moved the box back as well, to be fair. But I did notice that this door has a shadow going quite a far over. But mine isn't. Which means I need to make it go like this. Funnily enough, it's like he forgot to shade under here. This is going to cause a huge shadow on this. Look at where the sun is. Look, here. When it gets to this part, it'll be even deeper because it's more interior. So the sun will probably go underneath the open. What does mine look like? Underneath the open, exactly. So yeah, it's a little bit funny because I'm trying to match it and I've realized he hasn't added shadow. Same here. That cuts off here, meaning you'd get the shadow appear just here. And mine's a little bit strong, admittedly, but I'm not going to get too worked up about shadows because 3D shadows are always going to be different. What I could do is slightly increase or decrease the angle. Decrease? No. No, if I decrease... Because if we look at the top, look, he's now being hit by a lot of shadow. The solution to that could be to just move our water tank here slightly that way. So he's not being hit as much and we get some of that light coming in on him. It's the benefit of what having it as separate meshes. Because now we can actually move things that we feel like they don't quite match up. Because I've said it a million times when I've made these scenes. Sometimes, like the artist who drew it won't... Blender? Blender's crashing a lot lately. I used to praise Blender a lot. 4.0? Don't get it, guys. Stay in 3 for now. It's crashing more than I remember it ever crashing. It's still not a lot, but it's enough to make me say, you know, wait for the upgrade. Date modified. It's really, really, really easy to retrieve files in Blender. They autosave all the time in your temp folders. You just got to go percentage temp, percentage in your search bar, click enter, and get it. Something I find really interesting that a lot of people seem to do in tutorials, and I'm going to show it in just a second. I just want to save over helping Flynn. Helping Flynn. Something I find really, really interesting is people will... So if I click run, let me go to run, and then I write temp. Okay, so that one, oh, it does work. I just need to give myself permission. Yeah. So I find this one really interesting. What a lot of people will do, it's like app data as well, right? I think that one, app data. Yeah. So what a lot of people will do is get you to do the extra step of I can't move it to another desktop. Oh, so if you're searching a taskbar, I can't show you. I don't really want to change monitors to show this one thing. If you could just search something... Am I downloading again? My apparently internet's being throttled. No? Why's my internet slow? This is OBS. Oh, maybe someone else is downloading. Can't really help that. Yeah, they will click start, they will go to run, and then they will type a command. Commands are fine, but if you just want to go to app data and your temp files and stuff, you just can write that in your search bar. You just click start, %, app data, %, and click enter. You don't need to go into run and then write that in. And I've always found that really weird, because that's usually what I always see people do. It's just a complete unnecessary step. So I'm just staring at what I want to do next. What's next on the list? Cat. Don't really know what to do for the cat. I mean, I think he just has literally... Look, he's not particularly drawn amazingly. He just has a little eyes, nose, and mouth, and ears. I just did that for now, because it's something. We'll skip him for now. Dirt. I don't think I need to do anything for the dirt, because I could just use a flat colour for that. This is one of those environments that if I don't use flat colours when they should be used... it's just overkill. And I don't want it to be overkill. I want to make sure... I think I got something called flat right or flat. There you go. So it literally is just like black over here. I want to make sure I'm being efficient as possible. Because again, this is for game engine. As much as I say we're enjoying ourselves and we don't need to make it too efficient, I still know that it needs to be for a game engine. So if anyone were to question me on my portfolio... Oh, why'd you take this approach? I can tell them, oh, you know, for optimization. So it's, yeah, I can do things for fun and not worry about poly count, not worry about texture resolution. But in certain areas, I want to be a little bit more, better with that kind of stuff. Because, yeah, if people were to view my portfolio, I can give some really good answers on why I did certain things. We're really, really close. For this over here, I just want to use... I don't know where the model is, actually. I just want to use the bush model I used for one of my other scenes. Because I think it's just an easier way to do it. I don't really want to hand do a fern, to be honest. TBH. I could do like a sphere in the middle, I guess. Like I could do like an oval here with a cut-off bottom and then do bits sticking out from it. That are my tree, but I'm just going to use a leaf texture thing, and then I'm going to just place it there, I think, because it'd be easier. And it looks good. It's what I did in my last scene. You know what? The ceiling. That's all very tinted orange. Same with the concrete in general. So we're actually going to do that. Tiling concrete. We'll do a very, very, very slight tint. So I tinted that one. There you go. So now if I match that up, yeah, that looks very, very close. It could be a tad bit lighter, I think. Just a fraction. There you go. Perfect. I mean, a lot of that could come from me just making the directional light more yellow, to be fair. But I already have a lot of other stuff feeling like it's the perfect color. Although I say that, what's the brick walls looking like? They're pretty accurate. It's really laggy when I do that. I think the orange needs to be more orange. I think the yellow needs to be more desaturated. I wonder if I could just come into here. Yeah, make it a little bit more orange. Yeah, like that. There you go. Then... yeah, that's a good color there. We just need this part needs to be... because it's spread in different ways. It's not actually there. But you know what I mean, like these parts. I think I just need to make it less noticeable. So maybe like this. I feel like that's too little. I think it needs more yellow. Still think it needs a little bit more yellow. No, that's too much. Just way too much. We'll keep it like that for now. We're going to end the stream pretty soon. Hand smell of food. Did I take my gummies today? I got vitamin gummies, and I already think they're working. I already feel like I've got more energy because I have had no energy. I actually woke up after only 2 hours of sleep. That wouldn't have been me. I mean, it's only been 3 days. I don't know how quickly, because if you're lacking like vitamin B12 and vitamin D, for example, you can feel extra tired, which is what I was informed by the doctor anyway. How long for vitamin supplements to work? Anywhere from several weeks to a few months. Wait, so it can't do anything in a couple of days? Is it all mental? I feel like the last couple of days I've had more energy. A few weeks to a few months, yeah. Oh, it's all mental. I'm thinking I have more energy. Well, to be fair, let's talk about vitamin D. Oh, I think that means in a blood test. Oh, before you see full results. Right. But you can see it sooner. Okay. I think it's mostly placebo, though, from what I'm reading. But I definitely feel like I'm missing vitamin D because there's been no sun recently. And when there has been, I've not been outside. So it's still a good idea to take them. I was explaining that, actually, to somebody recently. Because they do recommend, even for younger people, vitamin supplements. That's why you get stuff like gummies for children. Flintstones gummies, because sometimes it's difficult to get all your vitamins. And it never hurts to have something like that just to get, like, make sure you're getting them. Because I'm pretty sure I read that if you're having too many vitamins, that's not a problem. Because your body will just be like, oh, we'll just get rid of the extra that we don't need. So we've got you left. I think it's vitamin D that only gets absorbed if you have, like, even if you take the supplements, if you don't get in the sun, you'll do nothing. I think that's like if you don't get in the sun at all, though, right? I still go for walks almost every day, so I'm still getting some direct light. But yeah, if I'm like in a basement and I'm not touching any direct UV, like no direct UV lighting is hitting me even a little. I'm pretty sure that's true. Like the supplements aren't gonna really do anything. They will if you're getting really like significant supplements, like you're getting injections. Actually, can you get injections for vitamin D? I know you can for vitamin B12. Can you get vitamin D injections? Oh yeah, you can. Yeah. It's when you have a severe case of like lacking vitamin D. But I know you get B12 if you're significantly lacking that. This needs to match this color over here. I want to fix that now. They share one texture. Oh, I see. Oh, that's going to be really awkward. What if I, round. Really? Yeah, that'd probably work if I lerp it. And I'll lerp that. Oh, wait, what I'm doing is I'm trying to separate these out just using the color map, which is actually a really old technique I used to do all the time. If I had like, if I was rushing something and I need to separate some colors out because it wasn't quite right and I didn't have access to the Photoshop file, whatever I was using for it, or the Substance Paint or whatever I was using, I would do this, and then I'd round it, and then I'll turn it into its own little alpha, and then we'd have our normal color here, and then a new color here. So if we make it black for now, we can actually see if it's working. Oh, it'd be good if I plugged it in. Yeah, see now, look, I'm coloring that in. If we actually look at this, or this, either or, we can take that base color, because that's the one we want. We can attach that color to there. Again, this is partially on another monitor. Basically, I've just now taken the color from the other material, thrown it in there, and I'm going to click apply. We have it matching color. Bam. Is it matching? Yeah, it's matching. What I could do is there's literally like, it literally looks like it's just blackness there. And I could leave it the way I've got it, or I could just put a plane there. Whoa. Don't want to scale doing that. I need to play more Power World, but I'm really thinking I'm going to get it on Steam, because the more I see other people play it, the more I'm like, man, there's actually quite a lot in this game. Yeah, so I could do that, and that will give us that effect it's got going on in there. And I know he's just drawing it black because he obviously just didn't, you know, it's supposed to just be a shadow, but you know, I'll pull it back a little bit so it doesn't fully align with everything. I think like that looks pretty good. Yeah, I like that. What was I doing? I want to do one. Oh, I want to do this, and then I'm going to finish for today. I mean, over 2 days, we basically done the entire scene, even though I've done a lot of other stuff today, like play VR. I'm really nervous about, because I actually scratched the lenses very, very, very slightly, like micro scratches, when I sent it off to be replaced, and it's not any better. I want to clarify. I didn't think it was going to be. They're the ones that recommended me sending it back. I was having an audio issue actually that seems to be gone, but I don't know if that was just it struggling to load something when it was playing audio, and it was good because it was like a stutter audio thing. That seems to be gone, but I don't know if I've just not loaded anything really demanding while audio is playing. But basically, I was wait, what was I gonna say? I sent it back. I can't remember the start of the conversation. It's how tired I am. Can't remember. So all I need to do here is just... Oh, well, there's some lines on it. And whatever this is. That's supposed to be glass up there. I think we'll be fine not having glass up there. I just need to write Garnia. 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 Or Guyana? No, it won't be Guyana. There's no R after the G. I was going in order, but the floor mat's done. Door sign's done. Floor's done because it's just a flat plane. Front sign is done. Front steps are done. Front steps don't need to have anything done, I don't think, because I just put the tiling texture on them. Hanging sign is not done. I could always do that first. I just need to write the word books on it, basically. It's crazy starting this stream like an hour later. How few people showed up, because I did notice people joined at about 8:30 and then would leave a bit after, so I think I should be streaming earlier, or the earliest I can if I want a high view account. Yeah, I remember, was it Raiden a long time ago? It was like, you shouldn't care about view account, and I was like, well, I get what you mean, but that's, you know, I stream because I at least want to increase that viewership, and at the end of the day, I want viewership so I can help more people. If nobody's going to watch, I could turn these into videos instead of streams. You know what I mean? Is that one of those... I get where he's coming from, because it sounds like I'm doing it for just views. Oh, I know from here. B. It's like one of those O's that flick off at the top like that. That's how I do my O's. Yeah, like that. Even more. You know what? I think it needs... kind of want it for the flow. B-O... Oh, I'm not going to give myself enough room. Hold on a minute. B's got to be way smaller than that. Oh, God, it's actually really hard to do it like that. B. Oh. More like that. Then get B. O. O. K looks hilarious. K's like this. it's like that. Actually, it's not even that. It's like It's weird. It's like this and then that. Oh, it's more of a hook there. It's like this. And then the S is really low, like that. I kind of want it not to be fully black. Like just a tad blended in with the yellow. I don't think I like the yellow. I think I want it to be slightly more. Did I grab that from the actual picture? I did. I think it needs to be slightly more on the orange side. Like there, yeah. I think that'll work better. Well, enough, color picking it from an image doesn't always work. Because the way that they've drawn it, they've obviously drawn it to receive light. So in this case, the whole scene is tinted a little bit more orange. Usually you would go away from orange, but sometimes with they've done colors, weirdly enough, it just, if you add that orange, it helps. I guess it's because my scene might not be orange enough with the sunlight, but I don't want it to be more orange because then it will tint the floor to orange. So I'm just trying to get that balance. So it's called hanging sign. Let's keep it at 1K, it's fine. As I explained to people in another stream already, which was a 1K. So if you have used a 4K texture, 4K by 4K, right? Wow, that's a lot of pixels. You're using that much. But if you're using, so 4 2Ks make up a I wonder if you should get the same math. So times itself and then times 4. That was not by 4. How did I manage that? You should get the same maths. That is that. So yeah, 4 2Ks is worth 1 4K. 16 1Ks equal 1 4K. So you could look at the scene and say, wow, so you've got a lot of 512s and 1K textures. But if you think about it and you add them up, it starts only equating to like 1 4K map. And then when you think to yourself, well, the entire scene is only 1 4K map, you go, oh, actually, that's not too bad, right? And even then, I could reduce them even more. I could make them all 512 and have 64, or the ability to have 64 512 maps to equate to 1 4K map. And then if you have an 8K map, that's what? An insane amount. That's like, yeah. Dang. Put it in there. So this is another case where, yeah, this is... Oh, that looks really good, actually. That matches that really well. I think it needs to be a tad thinner, and I had it slightly warped towards the sides, like if I wanted to change the model. But yeah, that works pretty well. It's actually got a really, really slight green tint, weirdly enough. Probably not as noticeable, but yeah, if I were to... it's going to break that part if I do that thing. But if I were to slightly multiply this by green, that would actually match that a tad better. So we, move this all to 1 and then make it... So you can either do like a 1.1 on the green, or instead we could do a 0.9, 0.9 and everything else to keep that at 1. And that was slightly tinted green. That, I bet, slightly matches that color more. Yeah, look at that. In fact, it could even use a little bit more green, but yeah. It's amazing what colors appear that you need to balance with, because, like, sometimes you'll sit there and be like, why would I need to put green there? And when you add it, you're like, wow, actually, no, yeah, I did need to put green there. I still need, I think, the directional light a little bit more to the right. Oh, wait, why is it? Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I'm going to make a night version of the scene as well. And we're going to have, like, a light in here. Oh, my God. might have to separate out some stuff to make it work, because I need to make it so that bulb doesn't block the light. Or I could either just lift it above and do something like that. Make it like an orange light. Source radius, turn that up. Do something like this. Turn down the skylight. Make it blue as well. Hold on a minute. Why did that make it pitch black? The skylight still exists. What? That was weird. That looks so bright now. Oh my god. Why is my skylight just like vanished though? What? Is it because there's technically no sky of the sun down? Maybe I needed to turn the sun to a very, very low value, like make it like at the moon. But you know what I mean, like, and then do that. Oh god, look at the bouncing light going weird because there's just like not a lot of information. Again, that's still way too bright. That's really bright, like, oh. Right, undo everything I did. Hopefully I can undo enough. Well, Unreal, you can undo as much as you want, I'm pretty sure. Oh my god, that makes the scene look so bright now. Jesus. Wait, what? The shadows look brighter. Hold on a minute. The skylights. Oh, do I just need to change it and it fix itself? Yeah, okay. I was going to say, that looks so dark in the shadows. Yeah, weirdly enough, there's like a shadow here. But when I go to rotate our light to feel like it needs to match that. So what? You'd be rotating here. I mean, I guess you could... I mean, how stretched are those shadows? I mean, already these aren't aligning in a lot of places. This guy has it. Like, he shadows like here for that. But then if we look like somewhere else, yeah, he shadows are all over the place. Like, you look at like this. This has a very, like, the light's like basically here, like in this direction, because look how sharp that is. But then here, it's almost like the light's like over here. And this is a really long shadow. It is a tall object though. It was like here as well. I was basing it off of here. He doesn't even have a shadow for the tree. I was basing it off of here and covering this box. I think that's just the best, the way I'm going to do it. If we undo, how do we have it? So weirdly enough, it feels like it needs to be lifted more. Because this has a really short shadow. Again, it doesn't really match. It's got really short. I guess that is shorter in his one. So if we lift this up, it's a bit more like this. I wonder if we could turn on Lumen more. Oh, I didn't even have Lumen. Oh, did I turn off Lumen? Oh, wait. That's post-processing. Yeah, we can have it a bit more like that, I guess. Which, does that match it more? So yeah, that's giving like a huge shadow there now. Which means it should be more like this. Yeah, that's probably the closest we're going to get it. Without like ruining it. I mean, I could technically lift it probably a little bit more. Problem is lifting it more is I'm getting this cast too much shadow on everything and we're just losing light information all over the place there. Probably even more like this. So we still get a little bit there. I could move this if I really wanted to. Does that look right? I feel like that looks wrong now, but I don't know if that's just because I changed that. Let me look at what the version I sent earlier today to somebody. Oh yeah, it's almost in the same spot anyway. Oh, really? What? What did the image go? Oh, it was on Google. Yeah, that looks fine. Yeah, I'm just overthinking it. I know that's why he's not got an actually orange tint to him. That's why the places I've had to add more orange. Oh yeah, and if you look at the reference, our shadows are actually orange. Look, like a red tone, which is why I'm trying to mimic that. But we're not getting that very strong. And if I did it like this, it doesn't look too bad and does match the concept a bit more, I guess. I feel like it's too much at that point. I kind of want a nice balance. Oh, maybe that's probably why I kept my directional light. That makes sense. I likely kept my directional light not more orange because of the skylight being so orange. Yeah, the shadow comes so far down here. It's literally like he forgot it existed here. He just didn't draw it. Like, he drew it here. It does make me want to lift up the light more, though. Like, yeah, it makes this part longer than it should be, and even here longer. But I like the books receiving light and stuff. I think that looks really nice. Whereas if we do this, we lose all of that. More like that. Yeah, I think that looks better. This is when it comes up to what you want in your art after following somebody's concept. Or more that you can't replicate everything part of there, so you pick your battles and you pick the part you think looks better. My god, I pick a lot of battles. Yarnia. Yeah, it's running a lot faster than it was yesterday. I'm not quite sure why, but it is. It's not a complaint, just confusion. These, weirdly enough, look blurred, these letters. I'm going to turn on the flow a little bit. Turn on that flow. There you go. Turn this down as well. I'm not going to write. No, turn that up. Just need to remember we have a soft brush on. And it just looks like it comes back. Oh yeah, we've got the flow on. Alright, so instead we're going to not do that. We're going to turn this down. There you go. My calligraphy is terrible, so... Then again, this guy's writing on his scene isn't like the best, so I'm able to mimic it, kind of. Like, this line's really thick here, like that. And that does connect, and then it goes like this. There you go. Yeah, it looks like he's... you know what? He's just thicker. Let me... What I can do to make it thicker, right, is we can just blur. And we can do a levels. And as we turn that down, it'll give it slightly thicker. Then I'm going to blur again to soften up those edges. Oh, not that much. Jesus. That's fine. File, export. All right, it's the last thing we're doing. We're going to get this in. And we're going to be done. And I might actually finish it tomorrow. We might just do the leaves and get that all done and call it done. Hey, Wafer Breaks you do. I like I just said I'm finished. I've just read your comment. How's it going? Lamp. Good thing, Steph. Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. Good work on the texture so far. Thank you. Bet you didn't expect to see it look like this coming back. You were here yesterday, right? I think you were here yesterday. I remember your name yesterday. I always worry with these kind of projects because the Substance Painter is always going to look awful compared to what I know it's going to look like. And I knew when I was doing it Substance Painter, like when I was doing it here, like I knew looking at this, a lot of people probably would look at it and go, oh, that's not going to look very good in Substance. But I knew I was going to do an outline shader in Substance. I knew I was going to do more flat colors in Unreal Engine, sorry. And I knew how I was going to set up the lighting. So in my mind, I'm visualizing the end result already. But I had a feeling people were gonna watch it and go, well, that's not looking very good. But nobody said that. So I'm very happy nobody... that didn't seem to actually happen. That is much brighter in the thingy. I guess it's because it's on the shadowed end. Because it is quite bright, as you can see. But because it's receiving shadow, it's making it look very dark. And what I could actually do to fix that is, where's the light coming from? I could just rotate it towards... Oh, no, it has to rotate a lot. I don't think there's much we can do except... It's not really going to work. It's not going to work because it's not a separate mesh. Because like, what I could have done was I could have just done a subsurface scattering, so then it would be lit from the back, which is probably what the guy was trying to do. So it was being lit from the back, because it's definitely not getting direct lighting in his drawing. Problem with doing that is as soon as you put, I mean, I'm pretty sure as soon as you put subsurface scattering on, the whole surface goes a bit weird, even if you put 0 on everything. Surface opacity, yeah, look, we go 1 opaqueness. Yeah, look, it still gives us that result. If we do this, what does it look like? Yeah, the whole thing gets transparent. I'm thinking if I want to bother having that as a separate mesh, or if I just want to say, it's fine that it's dark. I think I'm just going to say it's fine that it's dark. I'm not going to worry. Don't make a subsurface. Make it to side. Yeah, we'll just leave it like that. It's fine. Cool. We're getting very, very close. Our actual camera's from here. Oh, make it the right thingy. Oh my god, I hate that. So, oh wow, I just moved it. No, it's in the perfect spot. I hate that. If you're in Unreal and you highlight over something else, so I press that and then I let go of my mouse. I press that, let go. Wow, I move it a lot when I let go. But I click in there and I let go. There you go. And sometimes if you drag over something else, it stops letting you type in there. There you go. So that's the cinema camera on it. That's the normal camera. What? Stop? Do you see my values? Not bad, not bad. Almost there. What we got? The tree. I don't know if I'm going to do anything with the floor, or we're just going to say, like... No. Because the thing with the floor is... It's like someone asked me, am I going to make it into like a street and make a road around it? And I was like, having a road around everything looks like it's part of the environment. Having it the way I have it with a white floor... One, it replicates the guy's existing art that I'm working from. But two, it makes it more of a diorama and like its own thing. So you're not focusing on anything around it. That is the focal point. So it's like, yeah, I'm not sure yet. Shadow. So I'm thinking maybe I need to force our shadows to be a bit lighter, right? So, okay, it's not gain. Oops, not 0. It's not gamma, so it's gain I need to do. Because as soon as you're doing this one up, look, it makes them a lot brighter. So I think I actually need to do a slight adjustment on that to make those a tad brighter, so our shadows aren't as harsh. More like that. I think so. I had a picture of this on my phone earlier, and I showed it to somebody, and they thought it was a drawing. And you know what? That's one of the best compliments you can get as an artist when you've achieved what you're trying to do so much. They think it was the original thing, and that made me really happy. I was like, yes, it's working, because I do want it to kind of look like a drawing. That's the point. But when we're gonna render it, we're gonna do like a little pan like this or something, and then pan back. And we're gonna make it, or we can even have it sit here. I might have some smoke coming out one of the chimneys. And maybe some other effects happening, and then I want it to become nighttime too, and I might make the windows glow. I think that could be really cool, especially because it's lumen, so it's just demonstrating those lighting effects. Yeah, I think that'd be really cool. So I have plans on how I want to finish it off in the actual render too. All right, that's what we're going to do today, though, because I'm very, very tired. Like I said earlier, I didn't sleep enough. I'm surprised I'm up still now. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I hope that very short time you were here, Wafer Break Studios, was the time of your life. And I will catch you. I don't know if you are in this in the Discord, but I will catch you guys either in the Discord or in the next stream. See you guys then. Bye. Goodbye again, and can't wait to see more.